It's game week. Oregon Ducks. Game week. Game week. Well, I gotta admit, after the biggest win of the season, UCLA, monumental victory for the Oregon Duck. I mean, he was stellar on game day, throughout the day, just dominated performance from the Oregon Duck. The team did pretty good too. It's a pretty big letdown week. It's letdown week. We got to go to Berkeley. There's probably a lot of classes coming up on midterms maybe. I don't know. I'm in Spring Valley, Nevada, just outside of Las Vegas. A lot of air traffic, little noise, beautiful mountains in the back. Great place, really, to hang out. It's kind of a giant shopping complex. Just lots and lots and lots of shopping and restaurants. I'm not sure if anybody actually lives here, but it's a good place to hang out. Here comes another jet. They don't stop. They don't stop around here. Heading to Phoenix on a couple of days. This is a little stopover. Need to get this out. My phone's been bugging. It's been hard to, little technical difficulties with game week. The biggest one I have is I got nothing for Cal again. I don't really have a game to talk about for Cal, so we'll just go heavy on the Duck. Hope the Duck travels well. We haven't done as good in travel games. It's a 17-point spread. I would stay away from it or take Cal, honestly. I would stay away from it. We might blow them out, but Cal's defense is going to be one of the best defenses we face all year. They do a good job of keeping teams from making big plays. They just lost to Washington 28-21, I believe. We're not Washington. We're considerably better on offense than Washington. But, you know, that's debatable. And if Washington at home only put 28 on them, I'd stay away from the 17 points. I believe we'll win this game. But watch out. The one game it does kind of remind me of is Stanford. Biggest win for Mario Cristobal ever. This recent weekend was the biggest win for Dan Lanning ever. You know what happened last year with the little letdown at Stanford. Don't expect that. Don't expect that. This isn't a Mario Cristobal team. By the way, congratulations, Mario. You're doing so well there in Miami. Who can't beat you? Who can't? That's the best bet right now, is just bet against Miami. My goodness. Didn't even come close to covering the 9. It was Duke on the money line. Duke on the money line. Who would have thought that? Poor Mario. Poor Mario. I hope being by your family is worth it, because it can't be easy to look over and see another coach, a young, spunky coach, with your players just playing above and beyond. Where was that when? I don't want to beleaguer the point. We don't like to talk negatives here on game week. We like to be positive. And I just got to say, the biggest positive coming from this season is we know we're in good hands. We know the future is bright. Probably not going to stick around, some of these coaches. I wouldn't be surprised if both our defensive coordinator, our offensive coordinator, and our line coach get head coaching offers in the next year, 2-3 years. Hopefully they'll stick together for the next 2 years and we'll win a national championship, and then they can start going. I want to believe that they'll be true to the task at hand, which is getting the Ducks a natty, and I could easily see that in the next 2 years. I think we're in good hands. Sure, sometimes things go good for a young coach initially and then they tail off, but I just don't see it. Dan Lanning is a coaching guru. He's quickly showing a lot of prowess in the character. And sure, just like Mario, he has reoccurring themes that every coach does. The difference between Dan is he somehow manages to keep it fresh. He's got a good sense of humor. It's not the constant dry, we stick to the process, we believe in the process, we believe in the... He says some of the same stuff over and over again. We go to the doctor, we fix what's right, we get 1% better. He has some of the similar, he has redundant rhetoric, just like any coach. The difference is because he's got a good sense of humor, he's got a good personality, he's uplifting. The players can continuously buy into that. A previous coach that was at Oregon, I think, would just tend to droll on and say this until pretty soon people really got tired of hearing it, especially once losses started to pile up. Enough with the planes! Sorry. Trying to do game week here. Low budget. It's a low budget podcast. It's a low budget deal here. We don't do a lot of editing. Got a great backdrop here, though. These mountains. I don't know if you can see them. They're amazing. Anyway, like I said, I don't really have a game. I've never went to Cal. I can't remember any significant Cal games. I would expect that Justin Wilcox will have his defense primed and ready. This is their Super Bowl. They're at home. The red hot Ducks need to avoid that letdown. That big high followed by the lull. It's not going to be nearly as exciting in Cal. It's not going to be a big deal. These damn planes. It's just going to be Cal at Berkeley with a half-filled stadium. You got to avoid that letdown. I just went through it after Skankfest, doing open mics again to 5-10 people, getting ready for another show to maybe 50 people. It's a letdown after you've been in front of a mob screaming, just like Oregon was last weekend. Kudos to the Oregon fans. They're amazing. They're always amazing. We're amazing. We should just pat yourselves on the back, because Oregon fans are the best fans in college football, bar none. Yeah, I don't care Georgia. I don't care Alabama. You guys are, I don't know. You're spoiled. Oregon fans know the ins and outs of good and bad and up and down. And we finally have something to look forward to. We have a young, bright coach. We have a very good recruiting classes for several years. It looks like this staff is getting the most out of his players, something the last staff did not do. And we just have a lot to look forward to. It's a bright future. It really is. So, one thing I do want to talk about is the story emerging at quarterback. Bo Nix. If you haven't noticed the improvement in his demeanor, in his pocket presence, you're blind. Because Bo is comfortable now. He's reading. He's reacting. He's making the right decisions. He has time to think. Last week on that last touchdown, when he popped it out to Bucky Irving, if you watch that, his first look was at Bucky Irving. Then he went through the field, he scanned the field, he came back to Bucky Irving, he noticed the linebacker was up, zipped it right by him. If he'd thrown it early, the linebacker could have made a play on it, or could have probably made the easy tackle. He looked for a better pass. He came back to Bucky, zipped it there. That's something we did not see from Bo early in the season, because he was still thinking like Auburn Bo, where he's got to get rid of the ball or he's going to get smashed by some giant dude. Our offensive line is playing their hearts out for this guy. 1 half-yard sack all year, 7 games in. It's remarkable. It's amazing. It's a great story. I wrote a little bit about it. A lot of you liked it. One of the most popular things I've ever written. But it's a special story. We're getting to witness something really special, and Bo's stock in the NFL is going up now. You know, people are still talking, well, there's good Bo and there's bad Bo. No, there's elite Bo. There's elite Bo. He's a 5-star, very good athlete who got beat up. He got beat up in a defensive-heavy SC at Auburn with a line that couldn't protect him. It happens to the best of the best. The number 1 draft picks go into the NFL every year and have issues. It's called the issues with getting hit by giant dudes that run 4.6 40s. Okay? That's, you know, these guys, a normal human being were to take 1 hit from these guys, you might be in a coma. You're definitely going to break a bone. It's not a joke. You have to be an elite athlete even to take a sack from one of these guys. And Bo was getting beat up in Auburn, and every week it had to be like going in thinking, okay, I'm going to get in a car wreck this week. I just hope it's not that bad. I hope I come out of it without any serious brain injuries or a broken bone. But I'm going to flip. It was like being a stunt car driver. That's what playing for Auburn was like for Bo Nix. And now he can develop his skills in the Pac-12, the best conferences for quarterbacks, elite quarterback play at almost every college in the Pac-12. And now Bo can rise to be the cream of the crop. He can realize his true potential as a quarterback. He's got a coach that really supports him. Dillingham, by the way, I hope he doesn't leave this year. That guy's going to get offers. There's no doubt about it. Stick around a little while. Get that national championship. Go somewhere with a ring, with a very special ring. A ring nobody ever thought would happen. An Oregon Duck national championship is in the future. I've never been more confident of it. And sure, things can go bad. They do sometimes. Coaches have big, bright, early season, first year, and then blip, blip, it goes down. People catch on to what they're doing. You know, it happens. But I don't think it's going to happen with this guy. He's going to win. He's going to probably get us our natty. Then he'll probably go to the NFL. Check it out. I hope he doesn't. I hope he makes the same decision Nick Saban made, that he's a better college. He's more fitted for college to me. The NFL players, I mean, I could see him having success in the NFL, but I really don't think that's a good move. I think his best option is just to stay here at Oregon, win multiple national championships, retire a legend. I mean, that would be, let his kids graduate high school. You know, maybe at some point check out the NFL. Who could blame him? But the way things are going, that could be next year after we win a national championship. It literally could. I mean, I hope we don't win one like right away, just so we can keep Dan Lanning out of the NFL, because we're witnessing something special, Duck fans, and I hope you enjoy it. Hope you stay positive. Enough of the whining. Ty Thompson is going to be an okay quarterback. Bo Nix is becoming an elite quarterback. He might throw an interception again. He might fumble a ball again. Just relax. It happens. We've seen enough. We know what to expect. This is a good team. This is a good coaching staff. We've got a great transfer quarterback. It's all fallen into place. We may have a shot. We may have a shot at Georgia again. And I'm not even going to say it, because this time when we play Georgia, it's going to be a game. It's going to be a game if we play Georgia again. Tennessee. That's my sleeper. Pretty good odds right now. You can get pretty good odds on Tennessee to win the SEC. It's a tough shot. Actually, I think the only one you can get is the national championship, but it's like 66-1. They just beat Alabama. Not a bad $20 bet. I mean, they have to win the national championship, but let's face it, they get by Georgia, they win again in the championship game against Alabama, they're winning a national championship. Tough road in the SEC, though, to even get there. But Tennessee, it's a good sleeper pick to win the Natty. I think it's 66-1 right now. $20 wins you a lot of money, or you lose $20 because that's a tough. Probably the reason it's 66-1 is they got to play Georgia and Alabama again, most likely. But they get through those, then Ohio State. Yeah, it should be more than 66-1. Okay, but right now, Tennessee's looking like a pretty good sleeper pick this year. It's more fun to pick them than actually lose the money. I'm just going to pick them. You guys can lose the money, but I'm telling you, 66-1. Yeah. All right. I got stuff to do. Game week. Oregon Ducks. Beat Cal. Just beat Cal. Don't let those suckers Stanford us. Don't let them Stanford us again. We don't need that this year. Beat Cal. I don't care if you cover. Good chance you won't. I think Ducks win by 14 in this one. We have a little bit of a letdown after the big up. And who knows? We might just score another 48 on somebody. If we get score 48, they ain't getting over 20. That offense does not look good. But I'm thinking 20 to 34-ish, something like that. So they're not going to cover. Anyway, Oregon Ducks. Game week.